You guys was holding out on us. We did not know this was a thing.
No.
We did not know that you guys had deadly, horrible things. We talked to people in Britain all the time and they said everything in England, everything in Scotland that could harm you is now dead.
Yeah. We thought you killed everything.
Well, everything besides the freaking poison garden you guys got next to the castle that was built 600 AD that looks like it's the most magical. You know what, guys? Here, we get into it. Tiffany tried to catch the drone and somehow the wind caught it and it hit her finger. So now she's not shaking from the blood. She's shaking because it's
from the cold.
Guys, today we are in Alnwick. I did not know places like this existed.
No.
This is like stepping into a medieval time. It does not look like anything has been touched here. It is just amazingly, amazingly beautiful. So the bad part about this is the castle is closed. We came here a little too early and the castle's closed for a few more days. And then for another week or so. So we're gonna miss that. But all these little shops. Let's just go this way. We're gonna try to check out the garden.
Ooh, I like the way it looks over here.
Look at this. Look at where we're walking right now. Look at this street. A lot of you guys said the north is beautiful. That's an understatement.
Yeah.
Look at this.
It's gorgeous over here.
Look, the castle wall.
Medieval spot. Look at that. The lights going through those iron gated windows.
This is amazing.
Like, what is this? Does somebody live here?
Yeah, those are just houses.
In Scotland, I say we attempt it because I don't know for sure, we gotta Google and see if it's real. But I seen an Instagram video saying that one of the laws in Scotland is you can't refuse somebody a toilet. So if you knock on the door and say you have to pee, they have to let you in and pee.
Wow. Now that right there, that is a castle.
It's cold.
It's definitely a little cold.
But I like it. It's not a complaint. It's the truth.
Yeah. It's a little cold out here, but this looks like a fairy tale.
I love like that it's kind of like foggy out here.
It's like a light mist over.
Yeah.
Surrounded by castle walls.
Look at the gate.
Whoa. Check that out. Actually, this is probably as close as we're gonna be able to get to the castle. But this castle has been used for a lot of movies. A lot of Harry Potter was filmed in that castle, and I would really like to come back here. What is it? Is this Northumbria? Is that this area?
Wasn't Downton Abbey?
Yeah, Downton Abbey. I'm gonna put a list right here of all the movies, or we'll flip to future Richard and he'll tell you all the movies. Pass.
Well, it was the first two Harry Potter movies, Downton Abbey and Transformers: The Last Night.
I would like to speak about the history of the castle because, like everything in the UK, you can come there for Harry Potter. We didn't actually go there for Harry Potter. We went there for the poison garden because it's a garden of poison.
Which I will say, it did feel like a Harry Potter class.
Oh, it did.
But you know what's cooler about that?
What?
Much cooler. Is Alnwick Castle. I still can't pronounce it. You guys are going to hate me. It was built in 1069. And it was built by the Normans as a fortress. And it was later sold to the Percy family. Now, the Percy family has owned it for 900 years.
Wow.
It was acting as a stage to guard the northern border. So all of that stuff you see through Scotland,
Mm-hmm.
it was guarding all them moors. It was guarding it. That's what helped kept. I feel like I'm saying guarding and garden
Mm-hmm.
because I'm so excited about the garden. But it held all them. It protected the northern border, but it played throughout history. It played a lot of other things too. It was part of the War of the Roses. It was part of the British Civil War. It was a training camp for World War I and World War II. And it is the second largest inhabited castle in the UK.
Really?
Or in England. I don't know if it really specified. It was one of those. Back to the show.
But it looks really cool. Like, it looks like medieval, old-timey castle, and it is beautiful out here, even when it's cold, and they have putt-putt golf.
Yeah.
Perfect day. Perfect day. So you're probably wondering to yourself, why would you guys come to Alnwick Castle? Alnwick, I don't know how to say it, but why would we come here if, for one, the castle's closed, and for two, you're walking around a garden? Why would we be walking around a garden? That's a good question. The answer is, this is home to the most poisonous garden on the planet. The lady of the castle, years ago, had an obsession with plants that would kill you. Here's future Richard with the history.
So the Alnwick Gardens was actually created in the 1750s. And they was beautiful, and they stood for a very long time. But after World War II, like a lot of other things in the UK, you know, we find that everything's related, which is really amazing. This fell in disrepair, and it stayed in disrepair for a long time. Until the Duchess of Northumberland in 1995. And you know what her last name was?
What?
You know, it was Percy. She was another Percy. 900 years of Percy's, and we're still rocking. I love it. I love it. She found it, and she restored the gardens. Now, one of the weird things, she had it makes you think, what type of weird person would want to make a poison garden?
Yeah.
Like, who looks up and says, hey, let's have a garden that kills people.
Mm-hmm.
Which there's days, I think, you know, that sounds like a good idea. I feel like we've all been there. That we look up and say,
What are you trying to say?
let's just make a poison garden. That's what I'm trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
So we got a little time to kill. We got 30 minutes. So we're going to explore the rest of the garden before we go to the poison garden. And it is a beautiful day for a walk. Would you agree?
Yeah. I love all the little ducks and things around, because the boys would definitely love this.
Yeah.
You got little swings and ducks and, you know, things the kids could have played with out there.
Yeah.
It's really beautiful out here, though.
Yeah, it is. You know, I'm starting to see that the UK overall just seems a lot more family friendly than the US. Would you agree?
Yeah, so far a few of the places that we've been have been really good places for kids.
Yeah.
Educational, but also entertainment. Look at that tree.
I know.
It's just like, where are we?
We're on grounds that knights and kings and queens and Vikings and
No
Romans
wonder,
all
because,
walked.
I mean, this is the stuff of fairy tales.
Yeah,
Look at it.
it really is.
It's like, wow.
This is amazing. And I know what you guys are saying. You're probably saying to yourself, oh, you think it's pretty now? Come back in the summertime. And I'm sure it's beautiful out here in the summer and later spring when everything's blossoming. But for us, coming to a medieval town on a gloomy, cold day would be like the same idea of you guys going to Florida on a hot, cloud-free day. Like, this is what we want. This is how I want to see my castles.
Yeah. Dreary and kind of creepy.
It is, but it's beautiful. That's what makes it beautiful. And these rolling countrysides and looking at these sheep going up and down, and just the drive here was just amazing.
I know.
What just happened to you? The camera's wet. Why?
I didn't. I'm soaking wet. I'm freezing.
You know, I guess you go by Orlando rules here. What is the Orlando rules? If the ground's wet, don't stand there.
Soaking wet.
Richard and Remy would love that in the summer.
There should have been a sign.
That's good for you.
Right down my hair. And all down my scarf like it's dripping off my face.
All right, stop complaining.
Ugh.
Stop messing about. We have a poison garden to get to.
Now, keep in mind, we was told not to film the actual tour, because when you film the actual tour, you take away the value of the actual tour. So we're going to show you bits and pieces and kind of talk about our reaction to the garden, but we're not going to still this gentleman's pizzazz.
Okay, if you want to gather in, we'll start. So welcome to the Poison Garden. I'm John, I'll guide you around. It takes about 20-25 minutes to do the tour. Through the gates we've got poison plants. Because that we've got to have some rules and a lot of burning sensation. But if you cook it like it's cabbage, it softens all that up and it just slides down nice and easy, no harm done. Until it gets to your stomach. And then when it gets to your stomach, cooked or raw, doesn't make any difference. It pulls any free calcium from your body and deposits that in your kidney stones really quickly. It can kill you through kidney failure in as little as 2 or 3 days if you want to eat enough of it. But enough to kill a fit healthy adult is estimated to be about 5 kilos. 5 kilos of rhubarb leaves is about a wheelbarrow full. So
Let's kill a rhubarb. We killed a bunch of people doing the leaves.
golden flowers. It's often known as the golden shame tree. Flowers are poisonous, the bark's poisonous, the wood.
So this, I'm not touching it. The pods are really poisonous in this tree. I touched it. I touched it. I'm touching it.
I told you.
I don't know. I'm touching it.
Can I use to poison my husband working at White Fox Schools? She wasn't a criminal genius. She got 4.5 years for attempted murder, which is nothing. On the bright side, she did get that divorce.
I don't want to kill you. I know what's up.
Oh yeah.
Coloured ones, they're oriental hellebores. The pinky purple ones, they're early purple. Got some more back here, and the white, kind of creamy ones, they're Christmas rose. All hellebores are poisonous. The poison's mainly in the roots. It's called helleborin. Helleborin, if you get it into your body, slows your heartbeat. Not as much as the foxglove, but enough of it's still going to stop your heart. But before that happens, it's going to make you vomit on a scale you've never vomited before. So we discovered this effect about 600 years ago, and we put it to use immediately to treat children that had tapeworm. You're not going to like this one.
It's the most poisonous tree in Britain.
Flesh that out, you can see it. If you bite into the seed of the in the middle, you can be dead in less than 20 minutes. The rest of the trees
Can kill you in 20 minutes. It's insane. This bush can knock you unconscious.
That smell of almonds, that marzipan smell,
Cyanide.
that's the same smell as cyanide. And you just can't eat that much. If you could, it would interfere electrically with how the heart muscle works, stop it from squeezing in the right sequence. The pump pretend that's exactly the same in the same place. So they thought it was the kitchen staff. Kitchen staff got a clean bill of health. While they were still investigating the kitchen staff, she managed to kill another 2. So they decided they were going to check everybody's room, in minute detail.
What do you think of the tour?
So I thought that was really cool and a little shocking because I thought England was safe. Apparently, there's lots of killer things around.
Yeah, that cage, all these cages are illegal things. Like, that holds a bean that they make, what did they say?
A bean that if you take the inside and put it in, turn it into an injectable, he said it would kill 100,000 to 150,000 people.
Ricin.
Ricin,
Yeah, that's ricin. That's weed. They have poppies that grow in here to make heroin. So that was a crazy tour. It's amazing because, like, it's funny how stuff like this goes. That there was like a 50-50 on that tour. He'd be like, and it's all science. One side, he's like, okay, if you eat so much of this, it's going to kill you. But also, we use this plant to help treat breast cancer. You know?
Yeah.
And like, it seemed like every one of them had a poison, but also they had a positive effect. You know? Like, there's one in there that said sativa cannabis. And I think that one has some type of positive effect. I don't know.
It had what?
Some type of positive effect.
Oh, yeah.
Or so I've heard. But, okay, we gotta, as much as I would like to live in Alnwick, and learn how to actually say it properly, we gotta move on.
Well, first of all, the garden. And I think we summed up the garden talking about it. It was just amazing. The very first thing we seen was that rhubarb. And it was talking about how so many people during the Blitz, during World War II, when people were scavenging for food, because it was kind of a thing. If you watch our videos watch any video on the Blitz, because it's an amazing feat by the British people that they survived it. But one of those things was the rhubarb that looked like rhubarb, but it was actually poison. But I think the contrast of how everything was poison there, but also it treated this, was just really interesting. You know, to have a garden locked up like that. And then there was that wall in the back. I don't know if we talked about it in the video or not, but those were all people who successfully tried to use these poisons to their negative advantage. Like, he was telling them one story about the lady, she wanted her own apartment. You remember that?
Yeah.
She wanted the corner apartment, so she used one of the poisonous plants and was putting it in a tea or something to try to kill her roommate. Or not her roommate, person in the corner apartment, so she could have the corner apartment. But she got found out and she went to jail for it. But the stuff was interesting all through there, just talking about stuff like that. Very interesting.
No, I think it was like super cool. I've never been to a garden even close to that.
But not saying, as dark and as interesting as that garden was, the land around it, and just walking there, you know, like one of the things that we hear in movies all the time is the English countryside, or England in spring, and we got to experience that. And there truly is nothing else in this world like that.
Yeah.
Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
There's absolutely nothing else. There was not more of a peaceful feeling. Like I could have had them walking around that, and walking around the city itself, or the town itself, is just, you guys don't take that for granted. There's something, because I'm pretty sure it was just normal stone. They'll get it. They'll get it.
Okay.
They'll get it. No, but for real, don't take that to be able
Oh.
to. Oh, did you get it?
Yeah.
Okay. The idea that you guys have towns like that, and it's not just one town. I think at the end we was walking around, just like when we was done, headed back to the car, we was just looking around, and what we was amazed by is now we've been into several different towns in the UK, and they all have this medieval look.
Yeah.
They have this all, but it's very unique.
Yeah, each town's like really different looks to it and different feelings. Like I felt like different in each town that we went to.
Yeah.
And each one was like unique in their own way.
Yeah. And that's what, you know, talking to you guys say that all the time. And you say that, like, you go such a short distance and the accent changes and everything changes. And that right there is one of the things that changed. And people keep asking all the time, like, oh, you're British, you know where your people come from. The very beginning of the video is the Angel of the North. I think this is really interesting because probably somebody watching here has probably been to that place. There's a graveyard not far from the Angel of the North, and that is my grandfather that came here. So he's my third great grandfather. His father is buried in that graveyard because around that Newcastle all the way up to Tweed upon Tyne, or right there at the Scottish border, that's where all my family's from. So I didn't even know that while we was driving through there. I actually found that after the fact.
Yeah.
So that was really cool to be able to be back in the area to where my family is from. So that was really cool. I think Alnwick is gorgeous.
Yeah, I was disappointed that we didn't have more time there.
This is part of the video where we really started realizing we messed up, because this is Bamberg Castle. This is us driving to Bamberg Castle. This is us finding out that Bamberg was closed. This is me ranting that Bamberg's closed in the car and not realizing my mic's not on. But we had to go because we had other things to do, but I would love to go back. So we have been to Bamberg Castle. It was supposed to be a video, but it just did not line up. And to be fair with you, the way that castle just lined up on the beach was just amazing.
Yeah, I was like freaking out because that was beautiful.
That
and
was
like
gorgeous.
I wanted to walk around there and hang out there for a minute, but
It's nonstop beauty through that whole thing.
yeah, like it's mind blowing that really every single little spot. If you walk around like the right corner, like you're gonna be mind blown.
Yeah.
Like,
but the thing is we love the UK. We love the UK. We love doing this. We love exploring it. And that's why every time we go somewhere, we like to give back a little bit. And we gave to the Alnwick Food Bank. It's the Alnwick District Food Bank. We donated to that. It is a standard food bank. They give people who's in need, and there's always somebody in need, and they give to help the less fortunate. And that's just something that we do because we love being a part of it. We really didn't want to go to any town this trip and not leave some type of thank you. So thank you for allowing us to do this. Thank you for letting us see such amazingly beautiful things. I was just standing at a castle. There was 600, was discovered in 600 AD. And that was a wood fortress for a while. The actual castle was built in 1067. So you're sitting in a town that is closer to Jesus than it is to us.
yeah.
That's just amazing. And the fact that you guys let us go do that and that you guys support this channel is mind-blowing. And I absolutely love it so much. And I cannot wait to go back. And I cannot wait. I want to go to Bamberg Castle and I want to sit there and I want to explore, but at the same amount of time that I want to go back to Bamberg, there's a million other places that I want to go and explore. Yeah. There's so many other places that I want, and I want to go to every place that I've been back and spend more time.
And that's the hard thing. You don't feel like there's ever enough time.
There's never enough time. But what we did coming up next was pretty amazing. I'm Rich Trippin.
And I'm Tiffany.
That was Alnwick, the most poisonous garden in the world.